Howdy, today we're going to be talking about remote events because heck yeah, remote events. What is a remote event? Well, you'll be delighted to know that a remote event is actually So after losing about 15 brain cells reading Roblox's documentation, it's actually not. I'm going to explain to you now how remote events work because I totally didn't understand how they worked before. So, when you begin developing, remote events might seem daunting. Like, okay, I have to touch this thing called replicated storage, and I have to put a funky remote event in there, and then I have to, it's a lightning symbol, so it must be fast. It's pretty, I don't know, well, it's actually really easy. So, in Roblox Studio, there's 3 types of scripts. You can ignore module scripts because really they're just good for storing code. They're just basically, you store code and you stick them in a bookshelf and you just never touch them again because module scripts. But the 2 main scripts are local script and you got that beautiful server script. You got the white and the blue one. Problem is, this is only on the client. This is only on the server. So things on the client only affect the client. So if I turn a part blue on the client, only you'll see it as a blue part. But if you turn a part blue on the server, everybody sees it as blue. So how would you talk between these? Like, what if I wanted to make something pop up on the player's screen when they touch a part on the server? Well, I could make it so the part is inside of this local script. When you touch it, it will run code. But what if I wanted you to touch that part and every player in the server sees a pop-up? Well, that's where a beautiful remote event comes in handy. Basically, they let you talk between these scripts. So I could say, hey, local script, do something if I was inside the server script. And I could do the same from local script back to server script. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to throw a part in there like a moron, anchor it. I'm going to go into the server script. You know, I'm going to put this server script inside of that part. And I'm going to do local part equals script.parent. And zoom it in for those who need glasses. Stupid 4-eyed losers. And we'll do, local event, which doesn't exist because, oh, it does exist. I'm stupid. Okay, we'll do local event equals game.replicated storage dot remote event. So if you don't have a remote event, leave this tutorial. I'm kidding. You can add one very easily. It's just that little boop, remote event. If it's not there, you just type in remote event. Don't trust the unreliable one. It's really unreliable. Yeah. So we have our event. We'll just do part.touched connect function, and inside of starter GUI, I'm going to insert the greatest UI you've ever seen. And this is the greatest UI you've ever seen. The part was touch. I'm going to make it hot rod red because heck yeah. But yeah, the part was touch. I want this to pop up when you touch that part. But I don't want to use local script and put I want to tell that local script, hey, make it show up. So we have this little part.touch connect function. So we'll just do event fire all clients. And now you'll realize that this is really janky because it doesn't detect if a player touches. So let's just add our little hit parameter. We'll do if hit find first child humanoid. And we have to do hit.parent actually. Hit.parent find first child humanoid or hit.parent is a humanoid, then event fire all clients. Then on our local script, we'll do local event equals game.replicated storage dot remote event event.on client event connect function, and then we'll just add our UI. So we'll do script.parent screen GUI enabled equals true. Now, in a local script, you do on client event, so it sends it, it receives it, and bam. So if we touch that part, it will pop up on our screen saying the part is touch. Aren't you? Oh, it's so good looking. I love this UI. Now that's gonna pop up for everybody in the game. If there were multiple people in the game, they would all see that pop up. So you touch that, that's on everybody's screen. But what if you just want it to appear on one? Well, you would just change fire all clients to fire client, right? So when you play that, of course, it's just going to magically work and you'll see it on your screen. Wrong. You have to add a parameter in order to be able to use this. So you'd have to make a variable for the player. So local player equals, and we need to use the player service. So we'll do local players equals game, get service players. Then we can do local player equals players, get player from character hit dot parent. And now we can just fire client to the player. So if we play the game and touch that part, you'll be able to see it. Bam, the part was touch. You can also send data through a remote event by adding another parameter. So we have player and color. Color is 123. And then on local script, you just add that parameter. And I just have a little script here which changes it to be equal to color 3 times. So that should be like a funky gray color rather than the vibrant red. Bam, it works. But yeah, that's a very simple explanation of how remote events work. Don't blow your game up. I'll teach what the unreliable one does and the bindable ones or whatever some other video. I didn't want this one to be too long. So yeah, have a good day. Don't forget to brush your teeth.